So Nnamdi Kanu's trial is still ongoing now, because as you are aware of the video we released earlier on saying that the government wanted to use masked witnesses against him on this trial. So commencing this trial now, Nnamdi Kanu has arrived the court, and I have a video to play for you. Watch this video. This is a video of him entering the court. As you are seeing the video, that is Nnamdi Kanu there. And what you see behind him, that whatever they call it, like what you see in the hospital, you know, is the place where the masked witnesses will be interrogated. That is where the masked witnesses will be interrogated, protected from the general public, you know, general public eye, because it's going to be masked, and it's also going to be protected from people to see who and how he looks like. So let's keep going. That's Nnamdi Kanu walking into the court, meeting his lawyers, greeting lawyers, lead lawyers. As you know, his lead counsel is the one and only Kanu Agabi, S-A-N. That's his lead counsel. And you see him there trying to exchange pleasantries with everybody, trying to familiarize with everybody, because recently, you know, those days he normally has a very strong outburst in court because of the fact that he has never been allowed, his trial has never commenced. So he's always been, he's always been angry, visibly angry in court. Most times you see him shouting, most times you see him throwing you know, verbal tirades at people, at the lawyers, at everybody he could see. But right now you can see Nnamdi Kanu is quite more calm, more happy, and more, you know, good to go, because as you are aware, he knows now that his trial has commenced, and very soon his fate will be decided. So that's it. So this is to show you that when things are going well, people are happy, and when things are not going well, people definitely protest. And it is that protest he had been protesting in the court that enabled his trial to commence. If not, by now they would never have even cared. They would never have even wanted his trial to start at all, and they would have still been back to square one, just to suffer him and keep him you know, perpetually enslaved to the prison, to the four walls of the prison. But very importantly, something happened today in court, because the counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, Kanu Agabi SAN, proceeded to interrogate and cross-examine the masked witnesses, because, you know, like we said, that they are bringing in masked witnesses, you know, to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. So the transcript of that, you know, cross-examination is what I want to read out to you. These are some questions that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer asked the witness that is testifying against Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be a security operative on mask. So he asked him one: did you take my client's information or statements with or without a lawyer? That's when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested at, you know. The witness answered his statement was taken without his lawyer. Then he asked again, from the video evidence, were you the one interrogating him? The witness answered, I was among those that interrogated him. Then the lawyer asked again, did you appear in the video? The witness answered, no. The lawyer asked, what was your assessment specifically? He said, to arrest Nnamdi Kanu and bring him to Abuja and interview him. Then the lawyer asked, apart from the defendant, did you obtain statements from others? The witness said, personally, no. Then the lawyer asked, at the time of arrest, you withdrew from him all the items presented in court? The witness said, yes. Then he asked again, were those all his personal properties? The witness said, yes. The lawyer said, are there other items that haven't been presented, items considered offensive? The witness said, my lord, the items might not be offensive, but the action behind it. Then the lawyer said, no, answer me correctly. Did you analyze the items? The witness said, my task wasn't to analyze the items. Then the lawyer said, so you did not analyze it? The witness answered, I did not, except his phone. Then Kanu's lawyer asked, is the phone analysis in evidence? The witness could not answer. He said, no, because it was considered immaterial. Then the lawyer, Kanu's lawyer, said again, do you agree most of the items have lost their use given it's over 10 years now? The witness said yes. Then Kanu's lawyer said, in 10 years since you first arrested him, have you seen anyone who claims he committed a crime? The witness said, I've not seen. Then Kanu's lawyer said, you said you found him with someone. Did you find any incriminating thing on the person? He said, no. Then Kanu's lawyer said, did you confirm the person as a terrorist? The witness said, no. Then Kanu's lawyer said, did you find any instrument of violence on my defendant? That is on Nnamdi Kanu. The witness said, none. Then Kanu's lawyer said, did you contact any of the persons the defendant named in his statement as working for him? The witness said, he didn't name anybody. Then another question he asked, is it only the statement that was obtained from him? The witness said, yes, in Lagos, but in Abuja, other statements were also obtained. He asked him again, apart from the defendant, is there any other person standing on trial with him? Witness said, I don't know. Then the lawyer said, I put it to you that in the entire nation, this defendant is the only person standing trial for the Biafra agitation. The witness said, I don't have information to all of this. All I know is I did the arrest in Lagos. Then the lawyer said again. Then the lawyer said again. Then the lawyer said again, I don't have, okay, from your knowledge, the investigation does not have any other person apart from the defendant. The witness said, certainly not correct. Then the lawyer said, so who are the rest? Then the witness answered, from the news on social media, I know Simon Ekpa because of what you, okay. Then he asked, so because of what you read from social media, you want my defendant to be sentenced to death? Then the witness answered, I have said what I know. Simon Ekpa is working with him. Then the lawyer answered, is the Simon Ekpa standing trial with my defendant? The witness said, I know he was arrested. Then he asked him again, but is he standing trial with my defendant? Answer was, I don't know. Kanu asked, we are keeping counts of your I don't knows. So this was the questions that the lawyer asked the witness, and you can see the way the back and forth it went. This is exactly what happened in court. There are still more questions that were asked. Maybe I'll read out still some of them for you to still see. So let me read some more questions. It said, do you say IPOB was prescribed? The witness said yes. Then the question was, who were the parties to the action in which IPOB was prescribed? The witness said the federal government. Then Kanu Agabi said, do you know if the application was ex parte? Witness said no. He asked, since the proscription of IPOB, do you know any IPOB member that has been prosecuted? The guy said no, he doesn't. Then Kanu said, since the proscription of IPOB, do you know any IPOB member that has been prosecuted? The witness said no. Then do you know any IPOB member? No, but I have seen him. There's the answer. Said no, but I have seen him during broadcast issuing directives to IPOB members. He asked him, have you seen any IPOB member being prosecuted? He said no. He asked again, is it a crime to have an ideology? He said no. Agabi said, which are the stages to which IPOB message is directed to? Which are the states to which IPOB message is directed to? The witness said, majorly Southeast and South-South states. Agabi asked him, name them. He named all the Southeast and South-South states. Then he asked, these states have lawmakers, governors at being represented nationally? The witness answered yes. He asked again, and they are constitutionally established? He answered yes. These states have the security personnel and they receive federal allocations? The witness answered yes. Every Nigerian, he asked again, every Nigerian lives in all these states you mentioned, which is the Southeast and South-South states? He said yes. So does it mean that the people of these states you mentioned don't carry out their supposed leaders' orders, but are carrying out Nnamdi Kanu's orders? He now answered, there are people in the states who carry out Nnamdi Kanu's instructions. He now asked him, do you have evidence to that? Witness said no. Agabi asked, are you aware even the court apologized to my defendant for some of the wrongs done to him? The witness said, I was not in court that day. Kanu Agabi asked, are you aware the people of the Southeast are in the DSS, the Air Force, military? He said, yes, I am aware. He asked again, a former IG of police and others are from the Southeast. The witness said, yes. So Agabi said, in line with all these offices mentioned, nobody from the region is guilty of the accusation you made against them. We have mentioned states where there are unrest, and the Southeast is not part of them. The witness said, we have the videos where miscreants commit atrocities and mention Nnamdi Kanu as their leader, and he sent them to do it. The lawyer asked again, do you have evidence to that? Witness said, personally, no. I could go on and on. So I'm asking myself, is this the questions that is too hard for someone to remove his mask and answer? What is secret and what is difficult in answering these questions? Why do you have to wear a mask to answer these basic questions from our lawyers, from our court? Was this why you were made to wear a mask? Are these questions, are they very, very hard to answer if you really are saying the truth? Because at the end of the day, these Kanu's lawyers are going to interrogate you and you're going to answer. You're going to say with fact and evidence, because as a witness, you're going to provide evidence. Your mask cannot save you. You can come and say whatever you want to say, but your mask cannot make you lie against someone. So this was not necessary to wear a mask for. What are you hiding? You are security personnel. What are you hiding? Well, that was how the whole thing went out. This is exactly how the case is panning out. As you can see, the case is in full gear and it looks a very healthy case to me. The way it's going, it seems that this case is going to be, rounded up very soon, hopefully within a year, hopefully within 6 months, because I can see that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer is very, very, intelligent, and also the federal government has also come out to see if they can prosecute and end this case once and for all. And I see that the whole Nigerian system is made to work and move forward. Let's see how it's going to end, because definitely during Buhari's time, many courts granted Nnamdi Kanu freedom. Even some courts have even discharged his cases, and some courts have even given him, given Nigeria, have even fined Nigerian government some amount of money to pay Nnamdi Kanu's family, for what happened those days. But none of this, court orders were respected, which leads to the fact that are we living in a country where we do not have rule and respect of the law? And when people don't respect the law, who are we going to run to? When the presidency is seen not to respect the law, how do we go ahead and arrest the presidency itself? Until we get to that system of government where everybody in the government can be accountable to the law, we have not started yet. One day will come, the Supreme Court will sentence somebody, a politician, to prison, and you will see, you'll be here. The person will refuse to go to the prison because he is larger than the Nigerian state. I don't want us to get to that period, and I'm begging the federal government to please respect all laws from the courts, respect all laws, because one day you may fall victim to that, system. So this is me saying kudos to the court, kudos to the court, kudos to the justice for at least carrying on this case after it was taken from Binta Nyako, and kudos to all the legal teams, both from the government side, both from the Nnamdi Kanu side, for trying to put up, a case. At least let us see a case start than when it was being played around like child's play. But now everybody is up and doing, both Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, both the federal government lawyers and witnesses. Everybody is ready to pursue this case and see it to the logic end. We are waiting and we are watching, and I want the international body to watch. Let there be no mago-mago, no wuru-wuru anywhere. Let this case go on well. If you see evidence, you say you see evidence. If you don't see evidence, don't forge any evidence. Let it be very, very clear, and let us see how this case goes. We are watching. We are watching. And I said it again, I'll say it again. This country is in pain, is in turmoil. We need to unite this country. And I know what you understand what I mean by uniting this country. If a section of people from this country are asking to be included in things of this country, it doesn't matter who the section is, it's good to include them. It could be the Ijaw, it could be the Ikwere, it could be the Bini, it could be the Fulani, it could be the Hausa, the Yoruba, the Igbo. Whichever section of the country is crime marginalization. It's a wound on all nor the general country itself. So I want Nigerian country to please sit up and look into integrating the country as a whole, so that Nigeria could feel, every Nigerian could feel he belongs to this country, Nigeria. Till we see that happen, I am your host, Chinedu. Sign out on this video. Till I see you on the next video. Peace.